Good morning. It's Saturday morning. It is almost 10 o'clock and I'm up already. Anyway, I almost forgot. Someone asked me to show how I make my eggs. I can't remember if it was on Instagram or if it was on YouTube. Anyway, I'm going to show you. So I make sure the pan is hot before I put the eggs in. And so what I do is I crack them very close to each other. I take a little bit of water from the sink and I put it in the lid, and then I just put a little bit in there and then I cover it. And that's how I cook them, so that they'll cook on top. So I don't, I usually will flip them, but just briefly. And then I'll just leave them flipped for probably not even a minute. And then I take them out, take them off the heat. Another thing that really helps taking eggs out is this huge spatula. I mean, it's massive. Here, just to compare sizes, this is a normal size spatula. This is actually a pancake spatula, but it works awesome for flipping eggs. I'm sort of more awake now. It occurred to me that I probably should not have tried to show you guys how I make eggs, because I literally I seriously rolled out of bed, I let Daisy outside, I went over to the stove and started getting things together because I woke up starving. When I worked last night, it was so busy. I didn't eat dinner, and by the time I did have time to sit down and eat, I just wasn't hungry. So when I got home this morning, I get so confused. I was starving, but I was more tired than hungry, so I just went to bed. So when I got up, needless to say, I needed to eat right away. So when I was trying to explain to you guys how I make my eggs, I just looked back at the video and I was like, I probably shouldn't have included that, but whatever. So, ooh, sorry. I shouldn't be sitting in my bed right now, because all I want to do is, I just want to lay down and go back to sleep. But I'm not going to, even though I probably should. I'm not going to. I have a really bad habit of pushing it. I will push past sleep. I do it all the time, because I always think to myself, I could be doing something, whether it's cleaning the house or whatever, drawing, making a video, coloring, working on a journal, something. I always feel like I could be doing something productive with my time. And starting on Monday, I have put off taking my registry exam long enough, so I need to start studying for that. So I'm going to set aside 2 hours every day until I'm ready to take that test. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when you're an ultrasound tech, you have to be registered like a nurse. But we have to be registered in different specialties. And right now I only have my abdomen specialty. So, and now mind you guys, I've been a tech since 1998, and I have put off taking these registries for years. The reason being, there's two reasons why. The main reason, I just don't want to take them. I hate taking tests, okay? And number two, I am a terrible, terrible test taker. I have read articles on how to study and take tests. I have watched videos on, like, informative videos on how to take tests. Little things to, like, trigger memories. Like, I heard somebody say, or no, I read that while you're studying, chew gum, right? And then when you go to take the test, make sure you chew the same type of gum, because it can trigger memories from when you were studying. I'm just like, come on, give me a break. But I have such a hard time, and especially with these types of tests when it comes to my job, I get really, really, really nervous, and my mind just goes blank. It has happened to me before where I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the test and I'm looking at the question and my mind is just like, it's gone. I don't understand it. One of my tests I took, because I've taken two, physics and abdomen. My physics test I had to retake, because the first time I took it, I sat down and I just looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I was reading the questions and I was reading them, but I wasn't really reading them. It was like I was looking at the words, but it wasn't my brain wasn't making sense of it. It was horrible. And not only that, I get distracted super easy. I really, really, really have to work hard at focus. When I'm, like if I'm sitting down for a test, I have to work hard on focusing. And I have a hard time taking tests on computers. I'm more of a pencil, a paper and pencil kind of person. And when I take tests on the computers, I can't do anything with my hands. And it's difficult. So I have to just suck it up and get my mind straight to take this test. So I'm going to take the easiest one first, which is breast. That one is super easy. The study guide is like that thick. No big deal. I'm going to take that one to get myself like motivated, and then I have to take my vascular exam, which I have to retake physics again because they changed things about 5 or 6 years ago. So even though I've already taken physics and I passed it, I have to retake it because they've added in vascular physics. So that is going to be the next one. So I have to take vascular physics and then the actual vascular technology. I don't like taking tests. I don't like studying. I don't like any of it. I don't want to do it. The only reason I'm doing it is because I have to, not because I want to. I can do my job, and I can do my job well. And I don't feel like I need a test in order to be able to do my job, but that's just the rules. They want you to take these tests and spend $250 on each test. So anyway, I have to do that, and I'm starting that on Monday. I'm going to give myself an hour in the morning and then an hour in the afternoon before Wyatt comes home from school, because if there's people in the house when I'm trying to study, I can't. I lose my focus. I'm like this every 2 seconds, like looking around. And the way our house is set up, our kitchen, living room, and dining room is all one room. So if I'm at the dining room table and the TV's on, forget it. I just can't. I can't focus at all. I need like absolute quiet with zero distractions. Studying at home is hard for me. I get distracted even when I'm by myself by the animals or the wind blowing. It's like, oh my God. My mom diagnosed me with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. Is that what yeah, attention deficit, that's it. And but I've never been officially diagnosed, but she swears that that's what I have. Because like when I'm sitting, my legs just go. My legs just shake. It drives my husband crazy. And that's probably another reason why I know I want to go to sleep and I'm tired, but I won't, because I feel like there's things that I need to do. I don't know the definition of that. I don't know the symptoms. I never looked into it. I just sort of blew it off because I'm just like, whatever, it is what it is. If that's what I have, that's what I have. So, I'm not going to take pills and I'm not going to go see a doctor for it. It's ridiculous. That's how I look at it anyway. I don't know. It's personal for everybody, but anyhow. Have any of you ever seen this movie, Haunted Honeymoon? Gene Wilder is one of my favorite actors as far as like comedy goes. I really like him a lot. And his wife Gilda, I remember her from Saturday Night Live. She was so funny. But anyway, I was just watching Haunted Honeymoon, and I knew that he had some form of leukemia. I think he had a non-Hodgkin's disease. And he actually died this year on his birthday, which was August 28th. And I didn't realize that that was his birthday. That's so coincidental to die on the day that you were born. Anyway, he will definitely be missed. I just always found him to be a very funny guy. Somebody that I would have liked to have met in real life, You guys remember these things that I bought from the thrift store not too long ago? Well, I had an idea. See this? I bought this from Target. The mini planner. It was a whopping $3. It fits perfectly. So I am going to make a planner. And I'm going to decorate, these pages up and punch some holes, because these have 3 holes in them. I couldn't believe how lucky I was. So, yeah, that's going to be my next project, I think. It is now 10 to 2, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. See, usually when I'm like on a Saturday, when I wake up, I will clean up the house, you know, and then I will do my face like an hour before I have to leave for work. But now that I have it done, I'm just walking around here like, oh my God, I don't know what to do now. So I think I'm gonna finish the laundry, and maybe actually, no, I have to. Well, I was gonna start on that little planner, but I don't want to start anything like that right now. See, I got all these things going on up here. That's why I need to write everything down. I know that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to make a list. And I'm just going to organize my thoughts so that I don't feel so, like, all over the place. Because that happens to me a lot. Look! It's the man! He's making another appearance!
Man.
Yeah, it's so exciting, isn't it? We're going somewhere. I don't know where.
I don't know either. What
But
about that tin fin?
okay. See, we left the house because we want to get out of the house. But I know where we're going because we're driving in this direction, which means we're going right into Rincon. And we're not going in the direction of Puller where everything is. Which is fine. We're going to go to a restaurant called Tin Fin. And it's mostly seafood. But they do have some like regular food because I won't eat the seafood. It's a very nice day out. It's 86 degrees. It's muggy. Yes?
No, I got nothing. I didn't know I was going to be on a show, so and I didn't prepare for anything. I got nothing.
You don't have anything?
I need to prepare mentally for these things. You pulled out of nowhere on me.
I don't think he realized I had the camera, so I just put it on him.
Nope.
I gotta give him some time to think.
You know, it takes a lot of work to pretend to be somebody or not.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say.
So, I'm at work today, and we were talking about dialects. And I had a guy who came in, and I noticed his dialect, that he was definitely from Ohio. And I started talking to him. It turns out he's from Mogadore, Ohio, which wasn't too far away. It's by Akron. And all the guys who worked with me wanted to know how I knew he was from Ohio. I said I can tell in his dialect. And after explaining what dialect meant,
To who, them?
pretty much,
Oh, nice.
we started talking about things and how they say different words. One of the guys was telling me a story, and he goes,
Oh, ears!
yeah, he goes, when I was a little kid, I used to use crowns. I go, crowns? I go, what?
It's a crown.
What do you mean crowns? Yeah, right. You know, so it's crowns. And he goes, you know, crowns. You know, when you're a little kid, you paint little pictures of them. I said, you mean crayons?
Wait, who said that? The Ohio
I'm
guy?
not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. No, this was an employee.
Oh, okay.
I said, no, those are crayons. And if you want to say it short, you say crayons. You know, but technically speaking, it's crayons. No, you say crowns. I had 4 people say, no, those are crowns. So, went on the Google and correct pronunciation of crayon. And there's a little thing that you can hit, and they say crayon. And they go, oh, you do say crayons. I said, yeah, not crowns. Crowns are something that you wear on your head.
Or you put on your tooth.
So I thought that was kind of funny.
That is very
Because
funny.
they call them crowns.
I never heard that before. We just ate at that place there. It's not bad.
It's
I don't-
awesome.
I don't like fish, and that's pretty much all they do in there. So I got pork sliders. It was just one big sandwich. No cheese on it, which is good because I can't eat the cheese. He got fried shrimp. Every time I think of shrimp, I think of Where's Bubba?
I gotta find Bubba!
We just watched Forrest Gump the other day for like the.
You just said Forrest Gunk.
No, I didn't.
You said gunk.
Forrest Gump. It's a good movie.
Did they shoot that in Vegas?
Speaking of dialects, this one's from Stowe, Ohio. He can't say Vegas. He says Vegas. I tried telling him it's not Vegas. He insists on calling it Vegas. So I'm like, all right.
So it is whatever I want it to be.
Also, there's a county in Ohio called Cuyahoga.
No, it's Cahoga.
He says Cahoga.
It's Cahoga.
It's for people that know how to speak, it's Cuyahoga.
What, growing up the hood in Cleveland?
Whatever, at least we know how to speak.
No, you don't.
Bagus and Cahaga. What else? Is there anything else?
You do give me a hard time about the Cahaga.
Say mahogany. I think it's funny.
The best one's with TJ though.
Yeah, college. And pajamas.
Pajamas.
Our oldest, one of our kids.
The middle kid.
The middle kid.
Get it right, woman.
He says college and pajamas instead of college and pajamas. Of course, that might be an Ohio thing. People say Ohioans pronounce their A's differently. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
It means Cahaga.
It's not how you say it.
It is. You're all nasal.
Shut up. I always have stuff to say. Maybe that's how Native Americans say it. Maybe it is Cahaga and I'm wrong.
It is. It's Indian speak.
You're not an Indian. So you should say Cuyahoga.
Actually, I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah, my grandfather.
Oh, please.
Please.
Not this guy.
So hard to be politically correct on these things.
Well, if you can't
I'm doing
keep
it. I'm doing
I'm
it.
just saying. No cursing on this here channel.
Right.
I don't cuss on my channel. Once in a while, I will say the H word or D. You know, damn.
So you haven't told all your viewers that you drop the F-bomb like it's going out of style on a daily basis?
No. I do, but I won't do it on my channel because there's people that are underage that might be
You
watching.
have such a dirty mouth.
Whatever, you dirty bird. You know what we need? We need a camera mount, like right here. We should put a mount in here, huh? We own the car. It's not going anywhere. No? Bad idea. All right, then.
I'll call my buddies at Roadkill, see what they say.
Yeah, there's this awesome YouTube channel called Roadkill.
The show from Hot Rod Magazine.
Yeah, they take piece of junk cars and they don't even try to fix them up. They use duct tape and freaking what are the things called? Zip ties?
Tie straps.
Yeah, and bungee cords and they made a fuel tank out of a keg. They took an engine from a motorhome and they put it in a Datsun. Right? Wasn't that the one from the motorhome that they put in? They call it the Rotson.
No, that went in the Charger.
The motorhome engine went in the Charger?
Yeah, I can't remember what they put in the Datsun. I think they put a 4.3 Chevy motor in the Datsun.
I don't know, but at one point they took a motorhome engine and put it in a car. Also, didn't they take wasn't there some kind of boat part that they took and put in a car? I don't know. They take the weirdest stuff and they put it in cars. The show is really awesome to watch, and the guys are funny. They're really funny. We're almost home. Watch out for clowns. I wanted to show you guys my outfit of the day. My ripped up jeans. These jeans were actually given to me by my middle son just before he left for boot camp. He passed them on to me. And this belt is from... This is the belt that I wear all the time. You guys have seen this before. It's from Lucky brand. It was actually a men's belt, and my husband trimmed this part here because it was really super long. This was like a $70 belt. I think I paid like $7 for it. And then the shirt, I have to come down, I got at the thrift store. It says Chloe on the, I don't know what the heck brand that is. I don't know. Anyway, probably some random Kmart brand or something. But I like the shirt. It's shorter in front and it hangs down longer in the back. But yeah, that's my little outfit of the day. Haven't done one of these in a while. I'm at work. I'm here way too early. I'm here a half an hour early. Decided to take a nap because I'll tell you guys what happened. I don't think I told you this. So I got home this morning. I went to bed. And at about 9 o'clock or so, Daisy comes busting in my room. And I thought she wanted up on the bed with me. So I reached over, picked her up, and put her on the bed. She's running around the bed. She jumps off, runs out of my room, comes back in a minute later, and she's like jumping up on the bed. Now, she's too little. She can't jump all the way up. So she's like hopping, and I can feel her. So I was thinking to myself, okay, she needs to go outside. So I get up. I let her outside. I go back to bed, lay down, fall back into a deep sleep. Not even 15 minutes later, Charlie comes in my room, and I didn't hear him. He's a lot quieter. He's not like Daisy, but he's got this collar around his neck, and it's really loose on him. So when he shakes his head, everything on his collar just rattles, like his rabies license and stuff. So he's standing. I don't know how long he was standing in there. Anyway, he shakes his head, and I hear his collar, and I wake up, and I'm like this. So I sit up, and I look at him, and I like put my hand on the bed, as in for him to like hop up. Well, he walks around the bed, staring at me, walks back around the other side, staring at me, and I'm like, oh my God, he's got to go outside too. So I got up, let him outside. I went back to bed, and I made the mistake of shutting the door all the way. Whenever I do that, first of all, the cat doesn't like closed doors. So I shut the door all the way. So I would say about 10 minutes or so, I think it was about 10 or 15 minutes, I hear this clawing at the door. And at first I just ignored it because I thought, he'll go away, you know? He just kept going and going and like clawing at the door. And I had to get up to open the door. And at this point, after being woken up 3 times, I just stayed awake because have you ever just got to a point where you're so tired, but you keep getting woken up and you just can't lay back down? That's what happened. So quite literally, I've been up since 9:30 this morning. So my husband and I, you guys saw, we went out to eat. Came home, I folded some laundry, and it was, by the time I got done, it was about 4:30, and I thought, I'm going to lay down for a while. So I laid down, and because I usually leave my house anywhere between 5:30 and 5:45, because I only live a half hour away from work, but because you never know what's going to happen, traffic or accidents or whatever. So I will always leave at least 45 minutes ahead of time. Well, I wasn't paying attention, and I woke up like this out of a dead sleep, even though I set the alarm to wake me up. And so I literally jumped out of bed, went and grabbed my bag, gave my son a kiss goodbye. My husband was taking a nap, and I just walked out the door, not realizing that it was like 5:20. So I just stopped for some gas, and now I'm just going to sit out here for the next 20 minutes or so before I have to go in. But I was like, gosh dang it, tonight's going to be hard. Last night was really rough at work. I mean, it was busy. I was busy consistently from 7 o'clock until 1, I think it was like 1:15 in the morning, and then it just died. So I am hoping that it is not that busy again tonight, because I just need, usually what I'll do is if it's not busy and I just put my head down when I'm sitting at the desk, I'll go get like I'll get like a blanket or something, and I'll put it down and I'll just lay my head down. Because the way our room is situated, the desk is kind of long, and there's a printer right in the middle that all of our orders print off of. And so, I mean, I wake up I'm a light sleeper. I hear everything. So the printer is really loud, so I'm never worried about like falling asleep to the point where I'm in a deep sleep and I won't hear it. But I'm not also the kind of person, like, I spent quite a few years taking call, and when I would take call, I could never sleep because I'm just anticipating, like, at that time, my pager to go off, you know, or to get a phone call. So when I'm here working, even if it's not busy, I could never sleep. Not really, just because it's that on-call feeling. It's not a rest, you know. So basically, it's just me like closing my eyes and resting my eyes. Last night, my knees were hurting really bad, both of them. They were throbbing, and I took some Advil, but I still had horrible knee pain. And when my knees get like that, the only thing I can do is lay down and stretch my legs out. So what I did was I grabbed the other chair and I put my legs up so that they were straight. As my doctor told me that the way that my knees are and the problems that I have with my knees, I really shouldn't be in a position where my knees are bent for a long period of time, because it causes strain on my knees, my kneecaps, and then I get a lot of pain. So that's what I ended up doing. Like, I just stretched my legs across the chair, and I went and grabbed a blanket, and I just like laid my head down to the side. There's nothing I can do about the pain when it starts. Even taking Advil, it doesn't help. Nothing takes the pain away. I literally have to just go to bed. and sleep the pain off. And then when I left work this morning, I walked out to my car, I sat down, and within 5 minutes of being in the car with my knees bent, they just started hurting again. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end my vlog for today. I love vlogging. I just, it's hard for me on weekends, you know, like finding the time to edit, but I'm definitely going to edit and get this up. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a great day, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.